and my name is Courtney Ball, and I'm an author and leadership coach. More specifically, I help individuals leverage their experience and expertise to increase their influence, impact, and income at work. I wanted to come on. Today's title is How to Stop the Mundane Busy Work and Get Promoted at Work. To do this, and I also think this is really helpful to kind of move beyond that anxious place of doing busy work, the first thing you want to do is gain clarity on what you need and what you want to accomplish. So the needs and the wants can be different. Well, they are for sure different things. But when I say gain clarity, you need to gain clarity on what exactly is next for you. We all want to, make good money. We want to be happy at work, but those are super ambiguous goals. And I'm also going to tell you that when you get that raise and you hit that income mark, everything doesn't just fall into place. Trust me, I get there. I've been there. I hit 100K at 28 and a half, and I was like, I'm still not happy. I'm still doing busy work. Because I hadn't specifically gained clarity on what exactly it was that I wanted to achieve. So right now, if you're watching this video and you're in the mundane busy work, take a pause and really think about, what do I want to accomplish in the year 2020? Are you moving towards that promotion? Do you want to take on a higher level of responsibility at work? Figure that part out first. Write it down. And then next to that or underneath it, I want you to start thinking about what you actually need to accomplish to get that done. You know, one thing that's not on that list? Busy work. Because busy work can be the items that can often be delegated, can be shared with other team members, but because we may be a little fearful, or you may not want to move beyond that. Sorry, I'm having Wi-Fi issues today, which is super annoying, but I'm going to get through this video. So you want to gain clarity and figure out exactly what it is or what's necessary for you to achieve those goals. And in addition to gaining that clarity and figuring out exactly what you need to accomplish in 2020, I want you to think about those wants and those needs together. Right? So we want to get a promotion. What do we need to do right now? If you want to get promoted by the end of 2020, you should not be focusing on busy work. You need to be focusing on those things that are required for you to actually achieve that. That may be connecting with the right stakeholders, knowing the promotion process, doing your work. Maybe it is getting another certification. I know for me, when I wanted to become a director, I thought, I have to memorize all these human resources deadlines. There's a ton of HR compliance deadlines we need to be aware of. I also thought that getting to the director level meant that I would have my PHR and I would know everything there is to know about human resources. Those two things are not busy work, but they are not a requirement for me to get promoted to director. I had to take a moment to pause and think, okay, what is it that I actually need to do at this company to become a human resources director? And when I gained clarity on that, I was able to have laser focus on those activities and actually do it. So the activities for me at that time was making sure I articulated this desire to my manager, making sure that my manager articulated this desire to the appropriate parties that are a part of the promotion consideration process. I work in HR, so I knew that pretty clearly, and I knew that he had done it. Another thing I needed to do before I achieved that director level, I needed to make connections with stakeholders, the head of every different business line. And that was important for me because to really achieve what I wanted to do as a director, which was be the face and voice of our diversity and inclusion efforts, I needed to make sure I had that rapport with the people that are running the business, that are managing our people, that are externally facing, because that's super important that they get that. And again, I'm really trying to make it clear to you that you must have clarity on where you want to go in your career in order for you to actually execute these career moves. Why? Because these career moves do not happen overnight. They don't happen overnight. I can't go to sleep today and wake up and say, I want to be a chief human resources officer. Yes, I'm the head of HR right now, but even that shift requires so much. For me, it would require my current organization actually creating that level for human resources. I'm the first HR director. That's not my current goal right now. But it would require that. It may also take longer than a night. It may take a few months because I also need to demonstrate that I am ready to take on that extra level of responsibility. I think I'm busy, I'm doing amazing things, but again, if I wanted to be someone's chief HR officer, I need to have a firm grasp and understanding and ability to articulate key pieces of human resources at that level. So compliance, restructuring, compensation models, all of that stuff. That stuff doesn't just come to you overnight. If you want to get promoted in the year 2020, you must gain clarity on those career goals now so you can actually actively start working towards those milestones that will lead up to that bigger long-term goal. That's why you need to start working on this now. And by me volunteering and producing those results, it also elevated the correct term is social capital, but I'm going to say political capital because it allowed me to have something to bargain with. I was not only building the rapport with these key people, but I was also gaining intel in order to push my agenda. And I know that may sound a little calculated, but hello, the corporate world can be tough. And if you are not distinct and definitive about what you want and actually executing on that, you can very quickly get caught up in busy work, in mundane tasks that do not lead to that promotion. Instead, they leave you stagnant in an entry-level position. And we do not want to be there. In my group coaching program, brand new program that is starting with the first cohort on June 24th, the Corporate Leader Training Program, we start with gaining clarity on what it is that you want to accomplish in the year 2020. We start there because of all the reasons I've just said. It doesn't just happen overnight. We need to actually put an action plan in place, and that's what we do in our program. At the beginning of the program, you sit down with me for 2 hours, and we literally map out your goals for 2020. We get granular about what you want to accomplish at work, how that will contribute to the happiness and well-being in your life. And then we really make a plan that is actually attainable and well-balanced for you so that you don't burn out. And you're also pivoting your time to focus on those key accomplishments and milestones that will actually lead you to achieving that goal. Not the boring stuff, not the mundane stuff. The other awesome part about my coaching program, the Corporate Leader Training Program, is you go through this 12-week experience with 5 other women that are in corporate trying to move to that next level that will not only support you and hold you accountable, but will also be sharing how we're seeing success in our roles. I strongly believe that when you get a group of women together, especially women that are focused on moving their career forward, really, really powerful things happen. And that's what we're going to be doing in my program. Again, it kicks off on June 24th. And if you're sitting here and you're wondering, damn, I really do need some clarity on my role. This pandemic has me out of sorts, and my company is not giving me the resources to figure out what I need to do on my career trajectory to make sure it's an upward, progressive track. I got you. Don't worry. I am offering complimentary career trajectory audits. And on these calls, we will dig deeper into what you want to accomplish in 2020, identify the blocks that are keeping you from achieving that, and then make that plan forward. I had another what that I wanted to explain to you. Oh, the plan. So when I say make a plan forward, you need to have a plan to not only avoid doing those super boring tasks, but to really understand more long-term where it is that you're going. For me, my career goals are not just related to, my professional accolades and aspirations, it also involves my family. It involves my partner. It involves my emotional well-being. And for me to have a plan that's actually successful, I have to look at these things all together. And I encourage you to do that too. Some of these mundane tasks that you're stuck on, you're doing this on your own because you don't want to deal with what's going on around you, which is a perfectly natural thing or feeling to have. Totally natural. But I encourage you to create a plan so that we can keep moving forward. And maybe the plan is during Q2 of 2020, I'm chilling. I'm maintaining my own sanity and stability. And when I think about when I was ready to make that shift and really go after being a director, getting that promotion to being a director, I had to do the same thing. I had to cut out some people. I had to cut out some things that I was doing. I was in a long-term relationship. Boop, cut him out. I was making time for friends that weren't moving me forward. Instead, they were trying to keep me stuck on drama that happened in college. Boop, cut them off too. I stopped eating meat. I did that after I became a director, but it was still important for me because I became a lot more mindful of what I was putting into my body and how that would give me energy or take my energy away. And those unhealthy foods, I'm not going to say it was meat necessarily because I also have a really bad sweet tooth, but those unhealthy foods weren't helping me have the energy to execute at the level I needed to execute on a daily basis. So my planning not only included what I wanted to do in my job and how I was going to get that promotion, but it was also making sure I got 8 hours of sleep a day. It was also making sure I checked in with my family members. Maybe not the entire family at one time, but at least checking in with one of them on a consistent basis. That's super important for me. That balance goes hand in hand for me with my success. I'm not able to progress forward in my career if I'm not healthy emotionally and physically, and if I'm not surrounding myself with the right people that are encouraging me to win. I'm just not. And when I reflect on that, how lucky am I that during that crucial time in my career, I had best friends that I can turn to and be like, hey girl, I know you're going through this too. Hey, lawyer best friend, I know you're going through this too. Hey, PhD doctoral friend, I know you're going through this too. And they supported me. In my corporate leader training program, that is what we do. That is why I've rolled out this group coaching program. I have my private one-on-one clients, but I created this group coaching program specifically for women that are coming up in corporate that need help moving to that next level. We as women have a very unique experience that we go through. And I'm not going to say it's easy. It is very challenging. And for women of color, it's even that much more challenging to achieve in corporate environments. But I strongly believe if we come together and we share our resources, we can achieve our goals a lot more efficiently and a lot faster. But it all starts right now. For us to make those power moves in 2020, we have to start working on a plan now. So if you're sitting there and you do not have clarity, you need to hop on the phone with me. Let's do a career trajectory audit. Let's figure out where you are with everything and where you want to be and really get to the core of what's holding you back. Because I'm telling you from experience, once you figure out what's in that core of holding you back, what that key barrier is, it could be a person, it could be a process, it could be you. It could be something that you're doing, maybe in that busy work. Once we remove that, it's time for takeoff. Not only have I become a director, I became a director a year earlier than I anticipated, but I've also since rocked it as a director for 2 years. And then I started a new job where I'm the head of HR. So not only did I gain that clarity and execute on my goal and actually achieve it, but I've moved past it now. And I want to share all of that knowledge, all of that expertise with you so that you don't have to get stuck in the mundane like I did for a while.